The Electoral Commission has assured a fair and thorough review of the nomination forms for presidential candidates. The Commission will receive nominations from September 9 to September 13 from 33 individuals who obtained forms to contest in the 2024 presidential election. More details are in the following report.
On Monday, 8 candidates successfully filed their forms at the Electoral Commission's headquarters for the 2024 presidential polls. The Commission had expected 9 submissions on the first day out of the 33 candidates who downloaded forms from the Commission's website. This includes 22 independent candidates and 11 from political parties. The nomination form requires candidates to submit a sworn statement confirming they meet the qualifications for the presidency as outlined in Article 62 of the 1992 Constitution. Additionally, candidates must provide a tax clearance certificate and an asset and liability declaration form. They must also have their forms endorsed by 2 individuals from each district in Ghana. The chairperson of the Electoral Commission announced that 2 committees have been formed to review the submitted forms.
The technical team has been tasked to review forms to ensure that the presidential candidates meet the qualifications as set out by law, namely that the candidate is at least 40 years of age, that he or she has satisfied all tax obligations, and that he or she has nominated a vice presidential candidate, among others. The second team, namely the IT team, has been charged with the responsibility of scrutinizing the voter ID cards of presidential candidates and their supporters.
The chairperson assured candidates and their representatives of a fair review by the committees.
Both teams have been provided adequate training and have been oriented to carry out their functions as prescribed by law. The guiding principle for both teams is clear. They are to operate within the confines of the law. They are not to exercise discretion in the matter. Above all, they have been tasked to be fair and yet firm in executing their duties.
Dr. Mahmoud Baumi of the New Patriotic Party was the first to submit his forms, accompanied by his wife, running mate, and party executives. He acknowledged the challenging task of the Electoral Commission and wished them well.
I believe also that we should pray for the Electoral Commission. They do a very, very difficult job. Probably the most difficult job, because whenever you go into an election, you're either going to win or lose, and usually the EC is the scapegoat for people who may not have won. So we want to pray that the good Lord strengthens them.
Presidential candidate of the Liberal Party of Ghana, Kofi Akpaloo, expressed his desire to be number 1 on the ballot paper after submitting his form. The Ghana Union Movement's forms were submitted on behalf of the presidential candidate by party executives. Independent presidential candidate Nana Kwame Bediako indicated that he will soon unveil his vice presidential nominee.
I want to say that it's not just going to take the campaign to make this, but it's going to take the people of this country to decide and make this a better place.
One of the requirements in the form is for you to name your vice president. Will you tell us who this person is?
I would when the time is right. Like you always know, we unveil. So don't worry. Keep waiting. When the mask comes off, you will see that one.
Meanwhile, independent presidential candidate Samuel Appiah Dankwa expressed confidence in emerging victorious.
In the coming days, if God willing, we are on the ballot, there is no way we will not win this election. We have the strategy, we have the competence, and we have the organization.
One candidate raised concerns about the classification of candidates without party support as independents.
The Constitution doesn't have the word independent candidate. So if the EC will please stop using that word, it will do us very good service. We are presidential candidates like all the others, but we don't have a party backing us. That is all that we are. So please, if EC can do this for all of us, I think it will be very good, and the press also can stop using the phrase independent candidate.
The Electoral Commission can disqualify candidates who do not meet the requirements. One candidate who experienced this in 2016 shared his story.
I think that, and you know what happened to her? She herself was booted out because of misappropriation of the EC's resources and many other allegations of misconduct. So I was actually vindicated by my statement against her. And that is why she's not Electoral Commissioner anymore, and we have a new one.
The National Democratic Congress concluded day one of the nomination process with John Mahama's forms submitted by party chairman Johnson Asiedu Nketia and other party officials. Asiedu Nketia reiterated concerns about the voter roll and announced a nationwide protest on September 17.
Those of you who have been asking us, if they don't comply, what will you do? This is your answer. On the 17th of this month, the NDC is embarking on a massive nationwide demonstration in all 16 regional capitals. Descend on the Electoral Commission offices, and we in Accra will descend to the headquarters.
The Electoral Commission will continue to receive nominations from persons who seek to participate in the 2024 presidential elections. On Tuesday, one person is expected to file his forms at the EC headquarters. Reporting for Channel One News, Hansen Ajiman.